on.
Leave your line out. Let him on. Come on, Rummy, let him a hand.
Don't try to hold him. Let him go.
Don't be nervous, honey.
Don't get excited. Just give him plenty of line. Get out of my way, both of you. This is my fish.
Sure, but just take it easy. Take your time.
Watch that thing. Watch it now. Watch it. Sometimes you have to play these big ones for hours.
And he's a big one, all right.
Yeah.
Watch it, honey.
You two please be quiet. You're giving me more trouble than the fish. You're gonna let him run himself out.
Now, don't be nervous, honey.
Stop reeling him in. If he starts to run, let him go.
That's it, honey. Easy does it.
Hey, Brooklyn, what's that you just fished out of the water?
It's only a hot water bottle. Now forget it.
Yeah, but what do you want with a hot water bottle?
It's for next winter. My feet get cold. Now go on, get back there.
Sure, Brooklyn. Sure.
Okay, thanks.
Don't mention it. That fish was worth every cent.
Better have it picked up as soon as you can. Rummy will get it off the boat for you. Get to work, Rummy. See you over at Dave's.
Sure, Brooklyn, sure. Order me a couple of beers, will you?
You Jim Gannon?
Yeah. It's about a charter. Talk to my crew. He's on the boat.
It's not about a charter. Mr. Danziger wants to see you. Ever hear of H.G. Danziger?
Ship chandler. Bought a compass there last month. And it's paid for. I don't owe him a cent.
We said Mr. Danziger wants to see you.
You know, you ought to get a gun with a smaller front sight. That one's going to poke a hole in your jacket.
Get in the car.
You guys ever hear of the kidnap law? It's a federal rap.
This ain't no snatch, Mr. Gannon. We only snatch beautiful blondes.
I'm supposed to meet my crew at Dave's bar. You know, if I don't show up, he might think I got lost. Might call the cops.
He won't call any cops, Mr. Gannon. Not while you're lugging this around. Get in the car. Tell him we got the fish boat, skipper.
He's waiting for you.
Ah, come right in, Mr. Gannon. I believe your friends call you Brooklyn.
Would you mind telling me why you had these two pool room boys pick me up?
I'd heard so much about you, I was anxious to meet you. Won't you sit down?
No, I feel safer standing. What was it you heard about me?
I heard, for instance, that while you were out fishing this morning with a chartered party, you were supposed to watch for a certain object thrown overboard by a passing ship. You were to pick up that floating object and bring it into Key West with you. That object was an ordinary hot water bottle. What it contained was not ordinary.
He's got it on him right now.
Let's examine it, Mr. Gannon.
You heard what Mr. Danziger said. He wants to see the hot water bottle.
This is a hijack. Why didn't you let your boys rob me at the dock?
Hijack, Mr. Gannon, is an ugly word with an ugly meaning. I have no intention of hijacking our friend in Havana.
What friend in Havana?
Our mutual friend, Hugo Feister. The gentleman who paid you $500 for bringing his hot water bag into Key West today. Well, I must say that Hugo Feister has excellent taste in stolen jewelry. Unfortunately, he'll never be anything more than a small-time operator. He won't pay you more than $500. But I pay much higher charters, Mr. Gannon. And I'd like you to work for me.
I like working for myself.
Oh, but you can't, not now. You see, while you have nothing on me, I do have enough. Well, I do have enough on you to send you to prison for a long, long time. Oh, but I'd hate to do that, really. I'd much rather pay you $2,000 for a single night's run into the Gulf. I believe that's much more than your usual rate. Are you interested?
I might be.
Sorry to bother you, but can I go now, Mr. Danziger? I've just about got time to catch my plane.
Oh, go ahead, Miss Niggett.
Thanks. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Now, that's a blonde. You guys snatch her?
Miss Niggett's mother is dangerously ill. That's why she's flying to Kansas City.
You were going to tell me about a $2,000 charter.
I'm interested in shipping a cargo of automatic rifles, submachine guns.
Who to?
That, Mr. Gannon, is of little interest to me. My job ends when the guns are put aboard a ship of foreign registry out in the Gulf. Lock the door, Johnny. Step this way, Brooklyn. The ship you'll meet for me is the steamship Dardanelles, now docked in Havana and due to leave on Thursday. You will meet her out in the Gulf late Thursday night. I'll give you a chart marked with your course and meeting place. When you find the Dardanelles, she will blink her lights 4 times. You will answer by blinking your lights twice.
You've got it all figured out for me, haven't you?
The only man you'll meet on board the Dardanelles is Captain Koretsky. You will hand your guns over to him, and in return, he'll give you an envelope containing $30,000.
Do I count it?
I quite trust Captain Koretsky.
Do you trust me?
My connections, Brooklyn, are international. If you got lost in any part of the world, I'd be able to find you.
I'll try not to get lost.
You won't.
Do I take my crew or yours?
No crew at all. You'll load Thursday evening. You should be on your way by 9 o'clock. After that, you're on your own.
Stop engines. Tie that boat alongside and bring the captain to my cabin. I'm Captain Koretsky. How do you do, sir?
I'm not doing half as well as you're doing. Look, your guys are already unloading my boat. Don't you think it's jumping the gun?
Jumping the guns?
There's supposed to be a little transaction. I'm supposed to see an envelope with $30,000 in it, American money.
It has been counted carefully, sir. I'm sure Mr. Danziger will also count it carefully when you return to Key West.
Not half as carefully as I'll count my $2,000.
I imagine $2,000 is, well, unusual for you, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to make a habit of it. Maybe we can do some more business.
I'm afraid we cannot, sir.
You mean this cargo's all you need?
It's merely all I intend to buy from Mr. Danziger. Didn't he tell you that?
No. Well, guess all good things have to come to an end. It's my luck to get into this just when you're dropping Danziger. What's this?
Hello. How's the fish boat, Skipper?
Aren't you off your course?
Miss Leggett and her brother flew to Havana and boarded the Dardanelles just before we sailed. They would like to return to Key West with you.
I thought you had to fly to Kansas City. Thought it was a matter of life or death.
Getting Mr. Danziger's $30,000 back to Key West is a matter of life or death, too, Skipper. Meet my brother. Frank, this is Mr. Gannon.
All right.
Frank and I'll go back with you, just so you don't get lost in the fog. catch a death of cold out here.
Turn. And keep your hands out in front of you. Take the wheel, honey. And hold it on the course, just like he's got it. Go on. You know, you can't get away with hijacking a man like Danziger. When he hears about this, The only way Danziger can hear about this is if you swim back and tell him. Well, go ahead, swim. What are you waiting for, the starting gun?
Frank, don't you think you better tie his hands? Think you hit him?
What difference does it make? Well, maybe he's a good swimmer, but he ain't that good.
Hey, it's nearly 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, did you have a nice nap?
But the guy said we'd be in Key West in about an hour. We've been nearly 4.
Now, don't get yourself all worked up, honey. We ain't lost.
No? Where are we?
Oh, about halfway up the Keys. I'm just killing time till this fog lifts. Then we'll beach this tub, head for the highway, and go back on a bus.
A bus?
Sure, I ain't taking no stolen boat into Key West.
Boat! Ahoy! Boat! Man overboard!
What's the matter? Why you shut it off?
Did you hear something? Listen.
Boat, ahoy!
Get the captain.
Ahoy!
Ahoy! Man in the water! Man overboard!
Did you hear that?
Yes. Sounds like off the port bow.
Take the tiller, Pop.
Ahoy! Can you see our lights?
I can see your port lights. I'm off your port bow.
Slow ahead, Pop, and swing her a little to port.
You bow on. I'm swimming right at you.
There he is!
It's all right. Take it easy, young fellow. You're all right.
Awake, huh? How do you feel?
Feel a lot better if I knew where I was.
Oh, this is my dad's boat from Tarpon Springs.
Sponge boat.
That's right. Here, drink that coffee. It'll pick you up.
Coffee.
Greek coffee. It's plenty strong, huh? How do you feel now?
All right, I guess. I see the captain.
He'll be down in a minute. He said prayers for you. He even lit those candles for you.
You what?
Oh, we're Greek Orthodox. What's your religion?
Nothing in particular, I guess.
Oh, then you wouldn't understand about the candles, huh?
Thanks anyway. Sure something nobody ever did for me before.
Well, how's the young fellow now, huh?
He's okay. This is Captain Colorized. He's my dad.
Just the man I want to see, Captain. When do we get into Key West?
We are not bound for Key West. We're coming out of Key West, and we pick you up.
Where are you bound?
Home, Tarpon Springs.
Any chance you could turn back to Key West for me? Make it worth your while. Name your... Tell you what I'll do. I'll pay you when we get into Key West.
I'm sorry, we can't go back. Billy, get some breakfast for the young fellow. Lots of breakfast. Well,
Hey, just a minute, Captain. You mean you won't even turn back for money?
there isn't enough money in the whole world to make us miss the epiphany. You come on deck after breakfast. Plenty of warm sun will do you good.
Hey. What's so hot in Tarpon Springs that he can't miss it?
He told you the Epiphany.
What's that? Some kind of a Greek baseball game?
No, it's nothing like that. It's a religious celebration. And pretty important one to us, I mean. We celebrate the baptism of Christ. You see him, Pop?
Sure. Hi, they got even Christopher up there, chair and all. Hey, Brooklyn, I want to show you my family. If you look right past the tower, past that big brick building, that's the Colorized house, our house. The family, they are up there on the balcony. Can you see them?
Yeah, I got it.
They're always up there when we come home. Somebody tells them that we are coming, so they go up on the balcony to wave to us.
It's a nice-looking family you got, Captain.
Sure. Say, Brooklyn, you want to come with us to the house and meet them?
Yeah, I think I would.
Hi.
Hi, Mama! Hi, Chris! Hi, Leodora! Let's see if Mama can cook as good as Socrates. Oh, that Socrates is a genius. He can cook anything that comes out of a can.
Mama, you look as beautiful as a picture.
Papa, I am not.
How are the lovebirds? How are the two lovebirds, huh?
Fine, Papa.
Christopher walked 2 hours today with the cane.
Sure. Why not? He's got a good nurse. Oh, wait a minute. Everybody meet Mr. Jim Gannon. His friends call him Brooklyn, so everybody here better call him Brooklyn.
Angelique! How's the Baker of Hearts? This is Angelique, nicest girl in Tarpon Springs.
I won't argue with you.
Angelique's my sister.
That's even nicer.
Here, Brooklyn. This is my son, Christopher.
Oh, glad to know you.
And this is his pretty girlfriend, Leodora.
Nice to meet you.
Eviva.
Viva.
He's going to be all right pretty soon. He's going to join us on St. Nicola. Do you know what the bends are?
Diving for sponges?
I was down 20 fathoms. A couple of sharks came after me. Lost my head. It was my own fault.
Ah, it was nobody's fault. It was an accident. Hey, Mama, will you please set a place for Brooklyn? He's going to have dinner with us. Huh?
Say, I wonder if I could use your phone.
Oh, we got no phone. You got to go down the street to Yanni's coffee shop. But you eat first and phone later.
I want to put a call into Key West. The number's Harbor 612.
Hello? Gannon's charter service. Mr. Gannon's out of town, so we ain't...
Hold on, Rummy. This is Gannon.
What? Brooklyn? Holy smokes. Listen, you're still in town. Well, you better get out quick. 2 tough guys is looking for you. Yeah, you're hotter than a $2 pistol.
Hey, slow down, Rummy. What are you talking about?
I don't know what it's all about, but your boat was found beached in the Keys. Yeah, you're in trouble, Brooklyn. Them 2 tough guys think you stole 30 grand.
They think I took 30 grand.
That's right, Brooklyn. You better get out of Key West.
I'm not in Key West. And don't worry, Rummy. I've been double-crossed, but I can straighten the whole thing out in 2 minutes. Operator, get me Key West again. This time I want the H.G. Danziger Company.
H.G. Danziger Company, Mr. Danziger's office.
Say, who's this talking?
This is Miss Leggett, Mr. Danziger's secretary.
Say, don't you think you play your cards pretty close? You hijack Danziger's 30 grand and then you go right back to work in his office. Who is it?
It's for me. It's personal. I'll take it in the other office.
Bad news? Hello.
It's about Mother again. Kansas City.
Hello.
Hello. Is this Gannon?
Yeah, it's Gannon. What's the matter? Did you think you drowned me in the Gulf? Thought I was dead, huh?
You will be dead, brother, if you show up around here. As far as Danziger's concerned, you ran off with his 30 grand. His 2 muscle boys are loaded for bear. And if they don't get you, I know somebody else who will. You remember Frank?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Frank, like I remember Pearl Harbor.
Hello? Operator. Operator!
Hey! Small shares for the diver. Here's for the captain. Hi, Brooklyn! How's the fellow?
How's the boy? You make the phone call all right?
Yeah, I made the phone call all right. Storm signal's flying in Key West. For me, anyway. Thought maybe I'd hang around here for a few days.
Sure. You want to sleep on the boat?
Could I? Till you put out to sea again?
It's a cinch.
Sure. You can eat at the house. You like Mama's cooking, huh?
Ah, thanks. Maybe I can do a few odd jobs for you. You know, that engine still needs some work on it, and the clutch slips.
You've got yourself a deal, fella.
I got an idea. I'd like to fix the clutch so she don't slip no more, huh?
We'll start to work on it first thing in the morning.
Oh, no. No, not tomorrow. We can't work tomorrow.
No. Tomorrow, maybe you can row the boat for Philly. You got to win the cross for Mama.
That's an idea. You can row the boat for me.
What do you mean, row what boat?
Brooklyn. Tomorrow is the Epiphany.
When the Archbishop throws the cross, that's when we dive. And the best man wins.
I'm betting on you, Phil. Hey, Phil, what's the payoff? What happens if you do get the cross?
Oh, lots of things. Blessings from the church, good luck for a year, you lead the march through the streets, lead the ball tonight, lots of things.
There goes the cross!
For a second, somebody yanked it out of my hand.
You mean someone snatched it from you?
A dock in Brooklyn.
O Christ our God, bless our food, for thou art holy, now and forever, from all ages to all ages. Amen. And now we are going to have a toast. Come on, everybody. To the hero of Tarpon Springs, Brooklyn. We are all very proud of you.
Diving for pennies never did anything like this for me. Say, what happens to the trophy? Do I keep it?
Well, I'm afraid not. Tonight you have to return it to the bishop after you lead the Grand March.
Say, Captain, what's she saying? She says I lead a parade tonight.
Well, it's not a parade. It's a ball. You lead the Grand March just like a party.
We'd better dig up a girl for him, huh, Pop?
Sure. He's got to have a girl to take to the boat. Brooklyn, how would you like to take Angelique?
Well, I wouldn't refuse, but Angelique might have another date.
If she's another date, she's gonna break it and goes with you. It's a great honor to go with the hero of Tarpon Springs. Huh, Angelique?
Yeah, he's got you in a corner. What do you say?
Sure, of course she goes. It's a date.
It's a date. And any further questions you have to ask, I refer you to my father.
What this world needs is more fathers. I mean, more girls with fathers like your father.
Mama, you stop being rain in the face. Drink a little wine. This is no night to be sad.
I am not sad. Don't anyone listen to Papa.
She's plenty sad on account of Brooklyn got the cross. The trouble with you, Mama, you're just like a little baby. For 2 years, Philip is diving for the cross, and he gets it and gives it to Mama, so she can give it back to the bishop. Huh? This year, she can't give it back, so she's sad.
Well, I don't see why we have to break a tradition. Here, Phil. Let's give the cross to Mama.
For the bishop, Mama. Tonight.
Mama, it's all a fix-up. Can't you say something?
I am too happy, I guess.
Thank you.
Mr. Brooklyn, you're kind, like my own 2 boys. I give you this. May God bless you, and may it bring you good luck.
So we toast to Brooklyn again. So you'll have good luck with Mama's cross. And to Mama, that she feels proud when she gives back tonight the big cross to the bishop.
Don't you gentlemen know how to knock?
Sure, and I've got something that's going to knock you right out of your chair. Look at that.
And why should I be interested in a church festival in Tarpon Springs?
Because they had some kind of a diving contest, and a guy by the name of Jim Gannon won it.
James Gannon, operator of a charter boat in Key West, not a member of the church, accepted this honor with admirable modesty. He asked reporters not to mention his name. He refused to pose for photographers.
Guy's camera shy. I wonder why.
That guy has $30,000 of my money. I want it back, and I don't care what happens to him.
How's it sound now?
Like an airplane. Angelique, this guy's a genius.
I don't know how you're going to get along without him.
Now, you sure we can't make you a sponge fisherman?
No, thanks. I'm shoving off for Key West as soon as I make a phone call. It's not too hot down there.
It'll be cool with us, out on the Gulf. See if you can make him change his mind. I'll be back as soon as I round up the crew.
I will miss you, Brooklyn. Philip, Papa, the whole Colorized family.
I'll miss the family, too.
Your folks in Key West?
Don't have any. Left home when I was a kid, and, well, after that, we sort of just lost track of each other.
I hope you won't lose track of us.
I don't want to.
Yet you can't stay.
Too many irons in the fire. Well, I guess I better go make that phone call.
Will we be seeing you before you leave?
Sure. I'll stop by the house. Have to say goodbye to Mama.
I'm helping her bring some food down to the boat. The boys will be shoving off in about an hour. Maybe you could stop back then.
Sure thing. I'll be back to see him off.
Oh, Mr. Brooklyn. How's the big hero, huh? How's the hero of Tarpon Springs?
Okay. I'm okay. I'm all right.
Maybe I better call somebody, eh? Mr. Brooklyn! Maybe you should not walk. Mr. Brooklyn, maybe you should wait a while. I'll call a doctor.
Brooklyn! Papa, he's hurt.
No, it's not too bad. Didn't hit the bone because I can walk on it.
What happened?
Oh, some guy tried to hold up the coffee shop, I guess. I got in the way of his gun. Captain, changed my mind. If that offer still holds, I want to go to sea with you.
Sure, sure.
You can't go like this, Papa.
No, sure I can. Let's shove off, Skipper. Maybe that guy thinks I can identify him, and he might come after me again.
He got away?
Oh, I don't know. If the police want any information, customers in the coffee shop know as much about it as I do. When can we shove off, Skipper?
He can't go. He needs a doctor.
Look, I don't want a doctor. I told you, the guy might come after me again. I want to get out of here.
With 2 bullet wounds?
Oh, anybody can fix these up while we're underway. Can we shove off, Skipper?
Sure, sure. But I don't...
Papa, I'm going with you. I want hot water and a medical kit. And hurry, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, but Angelique, you cannot go to sea so quick. Well, you have no clothes with you, no nothing.
I'll borrow some things from Philip.
Oh, but you can't go to sea for 2 months. Besides, what do you know about taking bullets out of a guy?
She knows plenty. She used to be an Army nurse.
Angelique, an Army nurse?
Well, what do you think? The Corcoris family didn't fight in the war? What's the matter with you? What kind of a people you think we are anyhow? Okay, Mama, you go home now, huh? Go home now. Oh, no. Don't you worry. Angelique will be all right. The little cruise, she'll do her good. We'll be back in a couple of months. No, bye now.
Hello, Mama. Did they shove off?
Yes, and Angelique went too, because Mr. Gannon... Oh, do we have company?
Mama, these 2 gentlemen are friends of Brooklyn's from Key West.
How do you do?
You just mentioned Mr. Gannon. Where is he?
He went to sea with Papa on the St. Nicholas. They just sailed just now.
Yeah, well, when will he be back?
Oh, a couple of months, maybe longer.
Shall I tell him to get in touch with you when he comes back?
Don't bother, Bud. We'll get in touch with him.
How's the boy who gets in the way of guns?
He's lucky. The bullet in his leg didn't strike bone. Went all the way through, clean. The one that hit his chest was deflected.
He's got a galleon angel. What deflected the slug?
Go on, show him.
Mama's crossed. I didn't know you still wore it.
Good luck. Isn't that what she said? Still sleepy?
Pretty tired. He's been in that diving suit too long today.
That father of yours is no slouch either.
There's trouble. The captain's in trouble.
More air. Come on, more air, please.
Brooklyn, he's too deep. Papa's in trouble down there. Brooklyn just dove in to help him. Are you all right, Papa?
Sure, sure. I got a couple of good crews. Plenty good.
Help him out of that suit.
No. I am all right. I just rest a minute. I'll finish my shift.
Papa, you're not going down there again. Philip, it's about time we got some sense. This job's too much for Papa. He's not a young man anymore. The doctor told him to slow down, and instead of slowing down, he's been working harder than ever.
She's right, Pop. From now on, I'm working double shifts. That means double wages, Pop.
It's a lot of foolishness. No man can do that. We better go home.
Go home? With not enough sponges to pay for our gas? If Pop's not diving, I am. We can't go home without any sponges. Even if I have to have my meals sent down to me in a basket.
Hey, will somebody lend me a hand with this thing?
Brooklyn, what do you think you're doing?
You need a new diver. I'm it.
Philip, he doesn't know the first thing about it.
She's right. Get out of my suit. It's my shift.
You just ate a big breakfast. You can't go.
Oh, what do you expect me to do? Go down there on an empty stomach?
Of course. Have you ever seen a diver eat a meal before he works?
Look, either Phil puts that wash tub on my head or I go down without.
Hey! Now, wait a minute. Philly! Oh, I'll help him. Maybe he's all right.
Can I help you stare at the night?
Sure. Pull up a chair. I was just sort of thinking.
I hope you were thinking about Papa's offer. He means it. You could be a good sponge diver, Brooklyn.
Best sponge diver in the Gulf. Imagine, Jim Gannon, sponge fishing. If anybody had told me that 2 months ago, I'd have laughed myself into the booby hedge.
Oh, I see. That means you don't like the job.
Oh, I didn't mean that. It's just that, well, it's got its drawbacks.
Drawbacks?
Well, Phil says a boat crew spends maybe 8 or 9 months out of the year on the water. It's a long time to be offshore.
The other men don't seem to mind it.
The others, that's different. They've got a place to come back to. I've got somebody waiting on the dock.
Can't you find someone to wait on the dock?
I've found somebody I'd like to have waiting for me. Trouble is, I'm afraid that somebody wouldn't want the job.
Are you so sure of that, Brooklyn? Why?
No, I'm not the right type. I've cut a few corners, got myself into a few jams. I'm in a jam right now. That shooting back in Tarpon Springs. Nobody tried to hold up the coffee shop. That guy was gunning for me. You see, a party down in Key West thinks I stole some money. But don't get me wrong, I didn't take it.
Well, can't you make them understand that? Isn't there some way you can clear it up?
I don't know how. It's a trick setup. One party's gunning for me because they think I ran off with 30 grand. The other party's gunning for me because they know I didn't. Wait a minute. Maybe I can straighten it out. Look, Angelique. Suppose I went down to Key West, got it settled. Do you think, well, would somebody be waiting for me when I came back? Might take a little time if I get all squared away.
The Tarpon Springs women know how to wait.
Key West, here I come.
Mr. Brooklyn. Hey, how you been, huh?
Busy. You got the last edition of the Gulf Shipping News?
Sure, you bet. It just come in last Monday. Say, a couple of fellas been looking for you. They come in here every day last week. I think maybe they live in the Tarpon Hotel. They don't read no name, but they want to see you bad. You know who they are?
A couple of friends of mine in Key West.
Say, what will I tell those two friends of yours? What will I tell them if they come in here asking for you again?
Tell them you don't want any more shooting in your coffee shop. Hi, Cap.
Hi, Brooklyn, here you are. Here is your diver's share from the sponges. You count it and see if it's okay.
You count it, Skipper. See if it's enough to cover a charter of the St. Nicholas.
You want to charter the boat?
Only for a few days. You're not going out to sea right away again, are you?
No, not for 3 or 4 weeks. What do you want to charter the boat for?
I want to go to Key West. If that's not enough for a few days' charter, I'll give you an IOU on the balance.
Plenty, maybe it's too much. You want to take the crew?
This trip I've got to take by myself.
Hey, Brooklyn, where are you?
Tie me up, Jughead.
Where'd you get that funny-looking boat?
Never mind the boat. Catch this line.
Oh, sure. I got it. Glad to see you back, Brooklyn. You here to stay?
Nope. Just long enough to settle some business.
Business? What kind of business? Your boat's still up on the beach. Hey, what you gonna do with your gun?
I told you, to settle some business.
H.G. Danziger Company.
I want to talk to Mr. Danziger. This is Mr. Taylor, the Harbor Marine Supply Company.
One moment, please.
Yes?
Mr. Taylor calling.
Mr. Taylor of what?
The Harbor Marine Supply Company.
All right, put him on.
Go ahead, Mr. Taylor.
Hello, Danziger. This is Jim Gannon. Look, if you want your 30 grand back, then come down to my dock, now.
You mean you've got it with you?
Look, Danziger, if I didn't want to straighten this out, why would I come back to Key West? So get down here. And bring that blonde secretary with you. If you don't bring the blonde, you don't get your 30 grand.
Well, why should I bring her? What's she got? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Danziger.
Put on your hat. We're on our way to Jim Gannon's dock. That's who Mr. Taylor was. He wants to see us.
Gannon? You want me to go with you?
That was his idea.
But why? Why should I go?
Well, put on your hat and we'll find out. Yeah?
Listen, I can only say this once. It's May. I just want you to know I might not be home for dinner. Mr. Danziger wants me to go down to Gannon's fishing dock. He has to see Mr. Gannon about something.
Must you tell all my private business?
Oh, excuse me, I was just phoning home. So don't worry if I can't make it. Goodbye.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I'm looking for Mr. Gannon. Where is he?
Huh? What'd you say?
I say that I'm looking for Mr. Gannon. Where is he?
Right here, Mr. Danziger. Well, if it isn't Miss Leggett. We haven't met since the night of the swimming party, have we?
Another hijack, Mr. Gannon?
The opposite. If you and your faithful secretary will only cooperate with me, I'll see that you get your money back.
I don't understand.
Well, it's easy to explain. You see, I want to retire from business, your kind of business, and I don't want a bunch of hoodlums forever trying to gun me for something I didn't do. Because I didn't run off with your 30 grand.
But you just said...
All I said was I'd see you got your money back if you cooperate with me.
Meaning what?
There's a boat outside. I chartered it specially in Tarpon Springs so we could take a little cruise into the Gulf today.
Mr. Danziger, I'm not going anyplace. If you do, you're out of your mind.
Get their guns, Rummy. He's got one in his inside coat pocket.
I got it.
Sometimes businessmen are tricky. Better frisk his legs, too.
Uh-huh. Nothing there.
Miss Leggett's the sweet type. She's probably got a gun in her handbag. A pearl-handled job, the kind only ladies carry.
I got this, too. You think maybe I better,
Skip it. When we cross the dock, don't wave that gun around. Sorry that brother of yours couldn't make it down here with you. I owe him a swimming lesson. Come on. Rummy, come here.
Oh, sure, Buckland, sure.
Take the tiller. Hold the course like I've got it set.
Sure, Buckland. Sure.
Worried about something, Mr. Danziger?
I expect to be thrown overboard, of course. Can't say I blame him. For $30,000, I might throw a man overboard myself.
You might. She might. In fact, she did. Tell him about it, honey. Tell him who went off with his $30,000. Go on, tell him, honey.
The guy's off the beam.
Some people can get way off the beam. They can take a plane to Kansas City, but wind up in Havana. You thought she flew to Kansas City to see her sick mother. She didn't. She and a guy she calls her brother, a big guy named Frank, they really flew to Havana. They boarded Captain Koretsky's boat just before he sailed.
The guy sure can make up fancy stories, can't he?
Captain Koretsky thought you sent the blonde and her boyfriend to Havana to make sure that I didn't run off with your 30 grand. I almost believed that myself. Until this sweet lady and her nice boyfriend held me up about an hour out of Key West. Yeah, they threw me overboard. Figured I was a dead duck. Of course, you'd never know that. You'd think it was me that ran off with your 30 grand.
Why don't you ask him to prove it?
That's what we're here for, to prove it. This is a clipping from the Gulf Shipping News. Captain Koretsky's SS Dardanelles came back to Havana. It cleared port just 2 hours ago.
Go on, Brooklyn.
I cabled Captain Koretsky. We're going to meet the SS Dardanelles out here in just a few minutes now.
If Captain Koretsky says you boarded his boat in Havana that night, that's proof enough.
Save yourself the trouble. Let's go back.
So he's right, so you did take it.
Frank and I still got about 25,000 left. If I get back to Key West, safe and sound, you can have it back.
I've met a lot of rats in my time, but you take the prize.
And I take the pot. With only a pair of deuces.
According to this, the steamship Dardanelles left Havana over a week ago.
Yeah. Sure was nice of Miss Leggett to come clean. If she hadn't, we'd have had to chase Captain Koretsky all around the world.
Nice bluff, Brooklyn. Rake in the pot.
Not yet, you don't take the pot.
Frank!
Stand over here.
How did he get here?
The dock, I guess. Stowaway. So I don't get the pot. Pair of deuces, not high enough. Blonde had aces. Hey, get that gun over by the compass. Into Key West.
Angelique! Angelique! It's the St. Nicholas coming up the channel.
Philip, do you hear that? It's Brooklyn.
He's right on time, Papa.
Sure he's on time. What do you think? Let's go upstairs. You too, Mom. Hey, Brooklyn. You know what I was thinking? There's a little island off the coast.
Skip it, Rummy. I'm not jumping bail. I don't want to spend the rest of my life hiding on an island. With you? Well, I'd rather take the rap.
Well, anyway, Brooklyn, them law fellas ought to let you go. You caught the blonde with them, and Danziger, and Frank.
And they also know about a certain hot water bottle and some crates I delivered to a guy named Captain Koretsky.
Oh, well, they'll give you a break, Brooklyn. But if they don't you worry. I'll be waiting for you when you come out.
Why, you little rum pot. If you were the only one waiting for me, I'd sooner stay in prison.
Brooklyn! Brooklyn!
Rummy.
Oh, Papa, you ought to be ashamed waving the bottles like that. You want Mr. Brooklyn to think we all been drinking.
All right, Mama. I hold it up so he can see the corks are still in.
Brooklyn!